So back in 2016, when we were coming up with the concept of even starting this business and then actually, making it a business in 2017, we knew right off the bat that we were working with Toray. We had already built up that relationship and got that connection, and we were able to work with them. The one thing with Toray, the way that they waterpress their fabrics, they waterpress the camo into the fabrics, we were limited to 6 colors. So that's only 6 Pantone colors max. So it was virtually impossible for us to license any other camo, whether it be, some of your leading camo companies or, anybody else. We had to create our own. And so we just worked with a lot of different patterns and, played around on the computer. In late 2016, I was deer hunting in Ohio with a buddy of mine that has never duck hunted in his life. And we're at the bar one night, just sitting there having dinner. And I'm showing him on my phone just kind of the different digital camos and some of the other camos that I've been working on, and explaining to him why I was doing it the way I was. And he just looked at me and he said, well, isn't like a hen mallard pretty hard to find in like the marsh or something if you drop one in the marsh or in the sage grass? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, they're very camo. And he's like, could you not do anything with the feathers? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I don't know why I hadn't thought about it, or anybody else hadn't thought about it, but yes, a hen mallard is designed to be camo by God. I mean, it is the perfect camouflage for that particular hen so that she can stay on her nest and stay camouflaged from predators. So instead of me going out and trying to recreate a completely new camo or have a camo pattern that looks exactly like some sage grass that's gonna look like crap in the timber or whatever it may be, why not just imitate a hen mallard? She is perfectly camo by nature. Now I have the idea. Now I have the structure on where this camo pattern is coming from. And so the very first duck that I ever killed as a kid, it was a hen mallard. And so I had it mounted. And so what I did was we just took a digital camera and took photos all the way around that entire mallard. We took pictures of the breast feathers, the wings, the back of the head, and just every single angle that we could possibly do. And then we took that onto a computer and just started layering all these different pictures and different images on top of each other and just creating a complete collage of camouflage feathers on top of each other. And so we then went to Toray and said, okay, this is kind of our concept. This is what we're thinking. So then we had to digitize that, of course, into 6 colors only. And so once we did that and got somewhat comfortable with the pattern, we had them print that onto a 4-foot by 4-foot sheet of fabric. We actually took that out into the fields, into the timber, up against the river banks, out in the sage grass, and we didn't just look at it at a human's eye. We didn't care. I don't care. I'm not trying to hide from my buddy that is standing 10 foot, 20 foot away in the timber, or I'm not trying to hide from a friend who is, in the A-frame with me, because what he sees is totally different. And so what we did was we took that particular fabric and we just wrapped it around our body, went out and laid down or sat down in the marsh or in the timber, and I actually took my drone up because, like I said, I don't care what I look like to my buddy. I want to know what that bird sees. But more so, I don't want that bird to see me at all. And so we actually took the drone up and we went out, 50, 60, 70 yards, and we would actually take videos of it swooping down, imitating a bird, trying to find the person that's hiding, from the camera, and then we'd also take still shots, and then we'd take it back to the computer. Okay, well, at 70 yards, I can see your human outline. When I got closer, you started breaking up really good. So that told me, okay, well, if you can see me really good at 70 yards, or you can actually see the human outline, then the macro patterns need to be bigger so that it breaks up your human outline from a further distance. And so that's what we did. We would take each one of those layers, we would expand some of them, shrink some of them, and then even some of the macros at far distances, once you start getting in closer, those macros actually have patterns within them to break them up to become micros as well. And so that was really the plan altogether, was build a camo that is going to hide from the birds no matter what the distance is, but also not just specifically to just one area. We didn't want to build just a timber pattern or just a sagebrush pattern or just a field pattern. We wanted something that was going to be extremely diverse, and the AVES Refuge it's absolutely incredible. We've hunted it in buckbrush, in true timber, in sagegrass, cut cornfields, literally everything, the rice fields in Arkansas, and it just excels in every single situation that we've been in, and we couldn't be more excited. So if you're looking for a brand new camo that is really designed to keep you camouflaged from what the birds see, the AVES Refuge camo is absolutely the way to go. It doesn't matter if you're in the timber, the buckbrush, the sage, or any kind of flooded field. AVES Refuge is the camo.